Have you ever felt like you don't belong in this time or even in this world? As if there's something inside you, a memory, a vibration, a longing that logic can't explain? Maybe you look up at the sky and feel like you're coming home. Or maybe when you touch the earth with your bare feet, a deep sense of reunion spreads through your body. But what if I told you this isn't a coincidence? What if there are soul profiles, unique vibrational codes, that reveal where you truly came from? Today, you're going to take a spiritual test unlike anything you've ever seen. A test not for your ego, but for your oldest essence. A test that goes beyond the rational, ignores appearances, and speaks directly to the frequency of your soul. Are you ready? Because by the end of this video, you won't see your origin the same way again. You'll understand why certain pains follow you, why you feel out of place, why certain places or eras move you without explanation. This test doesn't measure personality. It doesn't care what you do. It reveals what you are. And you won't need pen or paper, just silence, presence, and the courage to truly look within. Shall we begin? Once you're in a quiet place and ready to focus, proceed to the next step. Before we reveal the 7 soul profiles, you're going to take part in a small inner experiment. This isn't about answering questions with your mind, but about feeling the responses of your body, your intuition, and your emotional field. So, follow these instructions carefully. Find a quiet place. Ideally, somewhere you can remain uninterrupted for a few minutes. Silence your phone, close your eyes if you can, and take a deep breath. Keep your mind in a neutral state, not expecting anything and not trying to force an answer. Just observe. For each soul profile I describe, pay attention to your physical, sensory, or emotional reactions. It could be a shiver, warmth in your chest, a sudden memory, a tear without reason, or even a strong feeling of, "This is me." These reactions are your soul's silent language. Don't try to make sense of everything right now. Just feel. Let your body speak before your mind tries to translate. Trust your first reaction. It's the purest one, least influenced by expectations or judgment. At the end of the 7 descriptions, you'll have a clear sense of which soul type resonates most with you. Maybe even more than one. And that's perfectly okay. Are you ready? Take a deep breath now. Feel the air enter. Hold it. Now release slowly. Let's find out who you were before becoming who you are. Soul Type 1, the Earth Soul. Do you feel an unexplainable connection to nature? When you touch the ground, does it feel like you're touching an ancient memory? Something that vibrates beneath your skin, as if the earth were calling you by name? The Earth Soul is ancestral. It was born with the first cycles of life on this planet. It vibrates with the frequency of forests, fire, rivers, crystals, and bones buried for millennia. People with Earth Souls are often highly sensitive to changes in weather. They feel deep empathy for animals, plants, and children, and they frequently feel out of place in modern, artificial environments. It's as if concrete suffocates you, as if the city dulls something you haven't yet learned how to name. If hearing this made your chest feel warm, if you suddenly felt a longing to retreat somewhere quiet, where time moves slowly, you may have an Earth Soul. Soul Type 2, the Star Soul. Do you look at the night sky and feel longing? Do you sense that the space between the stars holds something you recognize, even though you don't remember from where? The Star Soul wasn't born here. It carries encoded memories from other systems, other suns, other civilizations. It shows up in people who have always been different, too sensitive, too advanced, too deep. Maybe you learned early on to hide who you truly are. Maybe you've been told you're always off in your own world, or have your head in the clouds. But the truth is, your consciousness came from far away, and you're here to anchor a frequency that doesn't fully exist on Earth yet. If this stirred a lump in your throat or made you want to cry without knowing why, that might be your soul calling you home. Soul Type 3, the reincarnated soul. Have you ever had memories of places you've never been? Or deep emotional ties to cultures, eras, or languages that aren't part of your current life? The reincarnated soul carries life cycles like pages in a never-ending book. Each lifetime leaves traces in the body, in dreams, in fears, and in gifts. You might be afraid of water without ever having drowned, or instinctively master a skill, like music, writing, or healing, as if you learned it before you were born. Reincarnated souls often have ancient eyes, even in a young body, and a constant feeling of repaying a debt or writing something from before. If you felt a chill or a spontaneous memory as I spoke, you may have just accessed a fragment of another life, right now. Soul Type 4, the multiversal soul. Have you ever had vivid dreams of living a completely different life? As if you were in another body, another name, yet still you? The multiversal soul is rare and powerful. It taps into parallel realities, alternate timelines, and versions of you that exist simultaneously. People with this soul type often face identity crises. They feel like they're living between two worlds or two selves. They have extremely strong intuitions, sometimes even prophetic. They experience bizarre synchronicities and often feel like they're out of sync with linear time. If you've ever said to yourself, "I feel like I'm living the wrong life," you may be picking up signals from another version of you in another universe, trying to guide you. If your body responded with tingling, warmth at the back of your neck, or a gentle confusion, your soul may be multiversal. Soul Type 5, the cultural soul. Do you feel deeply moved by art? By music, stories, dances, symbols? The cultural soul is born from the collective unconscious. It takes shape through groups, peoples, and traditions. Those with this soul type carry the memories of tribes, clans, nations, or artistic lineages. They feel whole when they can express, share, or preserve something greater than themselves. Sometimes, they feel an unexplained pull toward certain languages or cultures, as if they once belonged to them. If you felt grounded, tearful, or warm in your heart, your soul may be asking you to remember your original symbolic language. Soul Type 6, the future soul. Do you feel like you're ahead of your time? As if the ideas you have, the world isn't ready for them yet? The future soul is like a messenger from eras yet to come. It carries solutions for problems that don't even exist yet, and because of this, it often suffers from being misunderstood. This soul is born with intuitive technologies, visions of alternative societies, and a heightened ethical compass. But it can feel lonely, misplaced, tired of waiting for the world to catch up to its vibration. If you felt a calm sadness or a longing to go back to where things already work, you might be a soul from the future, here to prepare the way. Soul Type 7, the quantum field soul. Do you feel like you're not just a person, but a point of consciousness within something far greater? As if every thought you have could ripple across the entire universe? The quantum field soul is less of an individual and more of a collective field of consciousness. It acts as a bridge between worlds, between mind, matter, and energy. People with this soul type don't relate to fixed identities. They live in constant transformation, as if they were channels for the universal field itself. They might experience ego memory lapses, intense mystical episodes, and a constant sensation that something greater is moving through them. If you felt time slow down or an unusual vibration in your body, maybe you're not just a soul. Maybe you're a vibrational node of the conscious quantum field itself. These are the 7 soul profiles. Take a deep breath. Feel which one resonated with you, or did more than one touch you. Your soul may be a blend of frequencies, a portal between pasts, futures, lands, and stars. Earth soul, biofrequency, and cellular memory. The Earth soul is deeply connected to the Earth's bioelectrical and biophotonic fields. Biophysics research shows that our bodies respond to the planet's natural frequencies, such as the Schumann resonance, 7.83 Hz, which influence our physical and emotional health. These souls vibrate in harmony with that field. Their consciousness may be rooted in epigenetic memories, stored in the DNA across generations, as if the body itself were a book of Earth's memories. That's why they feel peace in forests and despair in concrete jungles. Their nervous systems seek alignment with the ancient echoes of nature. Star soul, non-locality, and cosmic consciousness. Quantum physics reveals that 2 entangled particles can communicate instantly, even if they're light years apart. This is known as non-locality. The star soul seems to operate under this principle. It doesn't identify with a fixed point in time-space. It longs for its origin, because that origin lies in a different vibrational dimension. Studies in expanded neuroscience and altered states of consciousness suggest that the human brain can access information beyond direct experience, as if tuning into cosmic frequencies. These souls are intuitively aligned with other galaxies, other planes. Science is still in its infancy here, but for those who live it, the experience is already real. Reincarnated soul, epigenetics, neuroplasticity, and vibrational resonance. While traditional science doesn't officially endorse reincarnation, numerous studies in epigenetics show that trauma, talents, and emotional patterns can be passed down through generations. Additionally, phenomena like cellular memory and extreme neuroplasticity suggest that information can be accessed without direct learning. The reincarnated soul perceives these impressions as if they were traces of itself from other lifetimes. And through vibrational resonance, we know that energetic fields of the same frequency attract each other, explaining why certain people or places pull us for no rational reason. Multiversal soul, string theory, and the multiverse. The multiverse hypothesis is supported by several interpretations of quantum mechanics, including the many worlds theory. According to this view, every decision branches off into a new timeline, and all possibilities coexist in parallel realities. The multiversal soul may be a consciousness that navigates these realities, especially during dream states, meditation, or heightened sensitivity. When you dream of a completely different life, when you experience a déjà vu that doesn't fit into your story, you may be accessing an echo from another version of yourself. Some neuroscientists refer to this as distributive hyperconsciousness, where identity isn't locked into one body but spread across multiple vibrational nodes. Cultural soul morphic fields and the collective unconscious. Biologist Rupert Sheldrake proposed the theory of morphic fields, patterns of information that shape not only species behavior but also human culture and habits. These fields act like floating collective memories surrounding every living system. The cultural soul tunes into that field. It accesses traditions, languages, dances, and wisdom it never formally learned, yet remembers. Carl Jung also explored the concept of the collective unconscious, in which ancestral archetypes and symbols are shared across all human beings. These souls are living libraries. They don't just live for themselves, they live through many. Future soul, anticipatory consciousness, and psychological time. Physicist David Bohm suggested that reality operates on two levels: the implicit, unmanifested information, and the explicit, what we can see. The future soul lives deeply connected to the implicit field, as if accessing futures that haven't been revealed yet. Psychologically, these souls experience time differently. They feel urgency long before the world understands. They dream of technologies that haven't been invented, and they feel a deep restlessness because they remember what hasn't happened yet. Quantum neuroscience is investigating the idea of presentiment, subtle physiological changes that occur seconds before a future event manifests. That's where these souls live, on the edge of time. Quantum field soul, unity, entanglement, and distributed consciousness. The quantum field soul is a mystery unto itself. It embodies principles like quantum entanglement, everything is connected. Quantum observer effect, consciousness influences what is observed. Holography, each part contains the whole. People with this soul type feel there is no real separation between self and other. They may experience spontaneous altered states, sometimes even intense, unprovoked mystical episodes. This kind of consciousness acts as a transmitter of the unified field, much like the theories of Amit Goswami or Nassim Haramein, who suggest that consciousness is not a result of reality, but its very foundation. The quantum field soul doesn't come from a place. It is the space between all things. Each of these explanations is an invitation for you to see your soul through a new lens, no longer just as a mystical idea, but as a vibrational intelligence with real, though subtle, foundations in the science of the unseen. Have you ever wondered why certain words stir something in you that you can't quite explain? Or why a place, a name, a scent, a stranger's voice seems to evoke something ancient, intimate, maybe even sacred? The answer lies in the subconscious. The subconscious, the silent guardian. The subconscious isn't just a storage room for memories. It's a deep sensory system, one that holds everything you've ever experienced, including what your conscious mind can no longer access. It is timeless. It doesn't distinguish between what happened yesterday, what's happening now, or what hasn't yet occurred. To the subconscious, everything is immediate vibration. That's why, when you heard the soul profiles, you may have felt a sudden shiver, a lump in your throat, pressure in your chest, an urge to cry, to laugh, to run, or even a heavy silence, as if something buried had just been unearthed. These are encoded emotional responses. They don't come from logic. They come from your soul, through the subconscious, as if something long asleep had just been named. The subconscious as a spiritual radar. Your subconscious works like a radar that scans for vibrational patterns. It recognizes what resonates with your original essence, even if you have no explanation for it. It's like meeting someone for the first time, but feeling like you've known them for centuries. Or walking into a place you've never seen, and your body reacts with deep comfort or instant rejection. These reactions aren't all in your head. They are subconscious echoes of experiences not stored in the mind, but in the soul. The rational ego as a block. The rational mind, trained to label, analyze, and control, doesn't always understand this process. In fact, it may try to shut it down. This is just your imagination. None of this is real. You're being suggestible. But pay attention. If your body responded before your judgment kicked in, that's your soul trying to speak louder than your ego. The subconscious is like a mirror. It doesn't lie. It only reflects. And when the right stimulus activates that mirror, it reveals the deepest images of your vibrational origin. You've heard the 7 soul profiles. You felt your body respond. Maybe 1 or 2 spoke to you deeply. Maybe more. Maybe all of them. And now you're asking yourself, what do I do with this? Which one is truly my soul? What if I resonated with more than one? Breathe. That question is already part of the answer. The number of profiles doesn't matter. What matters is which one moved you. We're not talking about surface-level affinity, like simply liking something. We're talking about internal movement, about vibration, about something that awakened in you without asking for permission. That is the soul profile most active in your current chapter. But here's the key: the soul is dynamic. It's not a box. It's a field in expansion. It could be a cultural soul living a terrestrial cycle to heal the body, a quantum field soul needing to reconnect with reincarnated roots, a star soul who chose to incarnate with future traits to help prepare the planet. None of this is fixed. It's all flow. How to organize your impressions. Here's a simple guide to help you make sense of your experience. Write down the profiles that affected you most, physically or emotionally. Which ones triggered an immediate reaction? Which ones left you in deep silence? Pay attention to any profile that made you feel resistance. Often, what we resist is exactly what we're hiding from ourselves. Then reflect on your current life. What challenges have you been facing? What kind of pain feels too old to belong to this life? What kind of search feels endless? These questions will help uncover the active layers of your soul right now. You might be a hybrid. Just as your body is made of multiple systems, your soul may carry multiple vibrational lineages. You might be a star soul on a Terran mission, a reincarnated soul with multiversal access, a cultural soul with quantum consciousness. And that's not a contradiction. It's depth. The closer you get to your origin, the more you realize. The soul is a spiral, not a straight line. One last reminder: this test is not a label. It's a mirror, and you decide what you're ready to see right now. Maybe your soul is still revealing itself. Maybe it's simply asking to be heard with sincerity. And today, you did exactly that. Close your eyes, or if you prefer, simply soften your gaze on a single point. Breathe once more, now slower, as if each breath were an invitation to come home. Now, imagine a light mist surrounding you, almost invisible, but vibrating at the exact frequency of your original essence. This mist begins to move slowly, spiraling around you. It has no fixed color. It shifts with your internal state. The more you breathe, the closer it comes. It touches your skin. It enters through your pores. It flows down your spine and rests at the center of your chest, right there in your heart. Now visualize a light beginning to form in that space. It doesn't burn. It embraces. This light is the presence of your soul. It doesn't speak in words, but you know exactly what it's trying to say. Stay in this place for a few moments. Don't try to interpret. Just allow your soul to show you images, sensations, symbols, or even silence. You might feel warmth in your hands, tingling on your face, emotions rising to the surface. or simply a calm emptiness. All of this is response. All of this is you recognizing yourself without needing explanation. Now, gently bring your awareness back. Feel your feet, your shoulders, your breath. Open your eyes slowly and write down what you felt. You've just accessed a moment of communion between your soul and your embodied presence. This exercise can be repeated anytime you want to remember who you are beyond the world. Imagine that your consciousness isn't a straight line. It's a vibrational field, spherical, pulsing in multiple directions at multiple frequencies, all at once. This is the foundation of quantum consciousness. You're not limited to the experience you're living right now. You are also every version of yourself that has ever existed, and those that are still to come. Time as a field, not a line. In classical physics, time is linear, past, present, future. But in quantum physics, time can be nonlinear. Events can influence each other even when their sequence is reversed. This is known as retrocausality. In spiritual terms, this means when you heal a pain in the present, you free past versions of yourself that were still trapped in it. When you align with your higher soul, you attract future realities already vibrating at that frequency. Your now is a portal, and recognizing the type of soul you carry positions you as the conscious creator of your own timeline. The collapse of possibility. In quantum mechanics, a particle doesn't choose a position until it's observed. Until that moment, it exists in a state of pure potential. Your soul works the same way. It holds many possibilities of being. And every time you observe it with awareness, every time you recognize, feel, and honor it, you collapse that energy into reality. That's why, after watching this video, you may start to notice subtle shifts, meaningful encounters, lucid dreams, powerful synchronicities, sudden clarity about choices that once confused you, or even a quiet, inexplicable sense of, I just remembered who I am. You've made contact with your original field, and that field resonates. Past, present, so you are not alone. Other souls are feeling the same call. Other consciousnesses are waking up. Other frequencies are attuning to yours. That's why, when you comment, share, or simply recognize yourself in another person, you help activate the collective quantum field of soul memory. And in doing so, what once was forgetting becomes awakening. Now that you've gone through this deep dive, now that you've felt, intuited, and recognized parts of yourself that may have been asleep for a long time, breathe. You didn't imagine it. You accessed it. What you experienced here isn't just content. It's a tool of vibrational memory. You touched something that can't be learned, only remembered. And in doing so, something in the universe shifted too. An invitation beyond the screen. If any part of this video stirred something in you, if you felt something real being touched, write in the comments. Which soul profile resonated most with you? What sensations did you experience during the test? Did any memory, image, or emotion come through? When you share, you're not just typing words. You're anchoring a vibration into the field, and that vibration can become a mirror for other souls. This channel is more than just videos. It's a space for awakened souls to recognize each other. So, like this video, if it touched you, share it with someone who you feel needs to remember who they are. Save it to return later, when the mind forgets and the heart needs to remember. If you've made it this far, maybe your soul is saying, I'm ready. I remember. I'm more than I ever thought. And yes, thank you for being here. We'll meet again in the next awakening. Vibration recognizes vibration. And once the soul sees itself, it never forgets.